I ordered a burger with a gluten-free bun around my vegan friend and she went nuts about how offensive I was being, so she went to the bathroom so she could change the patty to a vegan one, with gluten, so I'm butchering our relationship. I, 28F, have had a friend since college, Mia, 27F. She moved to LA in the last year and became a vegan while I live in the Midwest. I'm supportive of her decision to be vegan, but it's overall not for me. So couple months back we were FaceTiming and I was eating an omelet. And she made a comment about how can you eat eggs, don't you know how mistreated those animals are? I am fortunate enough to own my own home and as such I have backyard chickens. The eggs I ate literally came from the hens in my backyard. I brushed it off as a joke and said, you do know I have my own chickens, right? What, you think I'm some mobster ordering these hens to lay for me as a protection fee? If they don't meet the quota, I tie them up outside and let the coyotes sniff around to scare them into submission? Mia was less than amused and continued arguing with me. I continued to brush it off. So last week I went out to visit her in LA. We hadn't seen each other in over a year. We ended up going out to a restaurant the day I landed and I ordered a burger with a gluten-free bun. I'm celiac. Well, Mia started raving about how offensive it was to eat meat in front of her and what if she was allergic. I told her, but you aren't allergic. Me eating this doesn't impact you. Mia left for the bathroom. She came back and everything seemed normal until the food arrived. I thought the burger looked weird and asked the server about it. Apparently Mia went and changed my order to a vegan patty while she went to the bathroom. And the kicker, the patty contained gluten. So she literally ordered something that would have made me super sick if I ingested it. I told the server this was a mistake, that I was celiac and could not eat the burger. Mia started going off, saying I was being unreasonable and not open to new things, and how dare I eat meat in front of her. I told her, you're the one being selfish, not respecting my choice, not to mention putting my health at risk. What the hell is the matter with you? She refused to relent, so I left the restaurant. Mia was blowing up my phone to pay my part of the tab. I used the spare key she gave me, grabbed my suitcase, left the key with her roommate, and hightailed it to a hotel. Now this is the part where I might be a jerk. I went to a restaurant near my hotel, ordered a steak, and posted it on my socials. Well, of course Mia saw it and continued to spam me on every platform imaginable. I ended up blocking her. Some of my friends say that taunting her with the steak was too far. Others agree that Mia was out of line changing my order. Update. Okay, I didn't expect there to be an update on this, but here we go. Recap. My friend, Mia, changed my order at a restaurant from a burger with a GF bun to a vegan patty that contained gluten without my knowledge. I suffer from celiacs. She wanted to teach me a lesson about veganism. We haven't spoken since. On to the update. So before I had mentioned that Mia was reaching out to mutual friends to try and get in touch with me. Specifically our friend Heather, 28F. And while Heather is a very sweet human being, she's a people pleaser and tends to parrot the last person who spoke to her. Heather lives in town while Mia moved to LA. Heather wants to broker peace as she is very uncomfortable with any sort of conflict. I had Heather over today. She wanted to discuss the Mia situation and I kept reiterating that I had made up my mind and didn't want to hear it. That if I wanted to talk about Mia and what she did, then I would talk to Mia. So Heather said, well, it's not like all her points aren't valid. I mean, look at your chickens. What about my chickens? Background, my dad and I built my backyard chicken coop with an attached run. They also get supervised yard time. There are 3 hens. Well, Heather went on to say, and I'm assuming she was parroting Mia at this point, that it was inhumane and unethical to keep my chickens, especially when I live in the Midwest. And that stealing their eggs robs them of nutrients. And it's not like I'm a professional when it comes to chickens. I looked at her and said, are you a professional cat wrangler? She looked shocked and said, what? Me, you have cats but you're not a professional at it. What do you do when they're sick or acting off? Heather, I take them to the vet. Me, but you're not a professional. Heather, well no, but they're my pets, I wouldn't let something happen to them. Me, exactly. Those chickens are my pets. They live a spoiled life. Heather looked away and said, well, Mia said she was going to report you for animal abuse. I took Heather outside to see the coop. All 3 of my girls ran up. I showed her around and asked her if this looked like abuse. She said no. I showed her the meals that the chickens are fed. I explained how I ensure the girls get their nutrients and how I put together their meals. I looked at her and said, what you talk about with Mia is your business. I would hope that you know me and trust me well enough to see that I don't torture my animals. But if you have doubts, I will show you around. I will not be discussing Mia with you any further. I made the choice to go no contact. That doesn't mean you have to take a side or fix things between us. Heather ended up apologizing and saying how Mia sounded so confident in what she was saying that she believed it without a second thought. I ended up feeling so exhausted and still haunted by the ghost of Mia. I don't know how serious she is about reporting me for animal abuse, but there's nothing abusive going on here. I hope she's just spitting venom, hoping that something will get me to unblock her. I can't believe this is the same woman who used to hold my hair in college. And I'm starting to question the level of investment I want with Heather.